Good morning. This is Patrick coming to you Sunday morning of Oasis Virtual Church OVC. It's been quite a while since I did one of these broadcasts, but right now, if you're looking at this, take time today, take time in the next 10 minutes, go to the Facebook page OVC Unlimited, like and follow the Facebook page, and also like this if you're looking at me on YouTube. Also, subscribe to this YouTube page. I was supposed to have already started the podcast, but I think I'll probably wait for another 30 days before I start a podcast, depending on what activity I have. I'm going to be patient with it. I know it takes time to get this idea out, to get this this creative thought out, and for it to take shape. So I wait. I'm willing to wait for the rest of my life. But anyway, if you kind of notice, one of my eye is red. I'm not sure. I had probably a burst vessel in it. Getting checked. It looks pretty bad. It's almost I feel like I'm about to become a walker. Like from The Walking Dead. But anyway, I hope all is well. I had a lot of things that kind of like I was meditating on, thinking about, um, and so I don't know really where to start. I think I've mentioned a couple of times about the AOEA, and I'm sorry about that, but it's awareness, observation, experience, and astonishment, and about the four pillars of how I feel about your personal growth. Um, with awareness, expand your field of observation by raising your awareness. Curiosity accompanies awareness and intelligence. And of course, this is probably going to be updated, because one thing I like to say is that, I try to have this culture as being dynamic, not being dogmatic, but being dynamic. There's a big difference. Dogmatic is more static, but dynamic means that you're willing to change, able to change upon more experience or information, better information. That that's what it is, being dynamic. And everybody will say they're dynamic, or every institution say they're dynamic, but really a lot of them are dogmatic. But I'm not here to try to put me or put one of my endeavor on the pedestal. But that's awareness is the first one. Observation, the state of observing without prejudice. The act of gathering information, of learning. Okay, and that would yield experience, which is the third one. Third one is experience. Okay, learning from what you observe. And the fourth one is astonishment, is the overwhelming sense of awe. It's paradigm shifting, whether you go to the mountains or go to the ocean, or whether you may have a experience of the numinous. That's something we talk about, that, something that caused you, maybe somebody that comes in your life, you know, that caused you to just the experience with them, that the relationship with them caused you to see the world totally in a higher elevation, higher plane. Yeah, that's what the astonishment is. Where have you been? What have you eaten? What have you have had? Maybe a near-death experience, or whatever. Maybe something that enlightened you to let you see, you know, your life in general, on a different plane. Okay. Now, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna shift from something else here. This from this topic here, E the AOEA, awareness, observation, experience, and astonishment. I'm gonna shift to what is spirituality, and it's a tough thing. It's almost like, what is consciousness? To me, what spirituality is, breathing. That sounds dumb. Everybody breathe, everything breathe, but a lot of times we are not conscious of our breath. If you are able to observe your breathing, if you're conscious of it, you are able to observe a lot of things else, and there's no limit to your field of observation. Well, you say, well, how is that possible? You're only one person, and you can see but so far, learn but so far, because there's no limit to you. Still, yet there's no limit to your observation, because there's no limit to your connections, the things that you connect around you, whether it be plants, whether it be animals, whether it be people. Where you have no boundaries on your connection. So. Where you have no boundaries on your connection, then I could say there's no boundaries to your observation, your field of observation. I'm gonna say one thing, and usually when I say this, something that's personal, something that cannot be verified. I encourage you to look at it as hearsay. Maybe you have the same experience. I love looking at stars. I love to direct my attention to stars, planets, stars. I could tell I'm a amateur astronomer, so I pretty much can tell you a few what stars that I know of. Betelgeuse, Regal, Sirius, Antares. All these stars that I would like to go down south to see. The Alpha Centauri, that's the nearest star to us. It's 4.2 light years away from us. It's a 3-star system of Alpha Centauri A, Alpha Centauri B, and Proxima Centauri. But one night I went out. I've done it hundreds of times. I believe each time I go out at night, I look up in the sky, especially if it's a clear night. I'll see what's up there. I can see the constellations. I can see. But one night I was out there, and I wasn't super spiritual. I wasn't in this type of, frame of mind where I was looking for this, but something caught me unaware. It was an overwhelming of sense that what I was looking at up in the sky, those stars, I was connecting to in such a way that I felt that I had their attention. That is the craziest thing. I'm telling you, I never experienced that. I tried to go out there, try to replicate, and never happened again. But it was just for, I don't know how long, 10, 15 seconds. It was so overwhelming. It was like I was walking through a door into a room full of people and unaware that there were a lot of people in there, and they turned their attention focus on me. I felt so connected to what I was feeling. What I saw, and I kept it to myself. Well, I have a friend who's an atheist. He loves looking at other atheists talk, and there's one guy, and I will probably post his name later. He's a New Testament scholar. I think he's a New Testament scholar, but he's atheist. When he used to study Taoism, he used to be a Taoist, the ancient philosophy religion of China, the Tao Te Ching. I believe I'm pronouncing it right. He said that he had the exact same experience. He described it in the same way I did, this sense of connection. So right now, I feel that I'm connected to the universe just by that. Now, because that experience, I encourage you to look at it as hearsay, because I'm talking about it openly, and I encourage you to doubt and be skeptical about it. And that's what a lot of people don't do. When people have spiritual experience, they don't encourage you to be skeptical about it, because I can't replicate it. I can't tell you to go out there, and do the same thing. The same thing that happened to you. So it was just maybe that once in a lifetime thing that happened to me. So I am fortunate that it did happen to me. But talking about spirituality, my definition of spirituality means just breathing. I mean, just means breathing. It means you're connected, because that's probably the most insignificant activity that they really do is breathing. If you are aware of your breathing, and that's why meditation is so important. I encourage you to learn meditation, Learn how. You can find some YouTube channel. You can download the app on your phone. I'll probably put in the show notes, in the notes themselves of what app I use to meditate. It's just a practice. That's all it is. So this is just one of the things that I guess one of the core things that I want to emphasize in this endeavor is the act of meditation. It is awesome. You'd be surprised what your mind can do when it's not cluttered, when it has the ability of just, being tangled, have the ability of not being entangled in habitual thoughts. Meditation will teach you that. Will help you teach you that. So anyway, again, my name is Patrick. I'm glad that I was able to share this. I feel pretty good about this recording, and I'm hoping that you guys will go out there and start to like and subscribe. Take care. Oasis Virtual Church. Take care.